Ladies and gentlemen, there is within you an infinite power, an energy that is undying, ever-present, and creative. The moment you understand this, you begin to realize that everything you experience in life is, in fact, a projection of your own consciousness. The world around you is not some distant, external force acting upon you, but rather it is a reflection of the inner world you have built in your mind. If you desire wealth, if you long to experience the life of a millionaire, then you must first look within yourself. For it is not the world outside of you that determines your financial destiny, but the way you think, the assumptions you make, and the feelings you choose to embody. To become a millionaire, you must first act, as if this simple phrase encapsulates one of the most profound truths of creation. Your outer world mirrors your inner state. To act as if you are already a millionaire is not mere pretense, it is an act of faith, an act of belief in the reality you wish to manifest. When you assume the feelings of wealth, when you assume the consciousness of abundance, you align yourself with the flow of prosperity. The mind is a powerful tool. It is through thought that the world is created, and through imagination that the things we desire come to fruition. But this is not an abstract concept. This is the law of the universe. What you imagine and feel, you bring into being. This is the law, and it works for all who use it. The key is not merely to imagine wealth, but to assume the feeling of being wealthy. It is not about wishing or hoping, but about embodying the experience as though it were already true. You must stop seeing yourself as someone who is striving for wealth. You are not on a journey toward prosperity, you are living in the reality of prosperity now. Wealth is not something that comes later, wealth is your present state. When you walk through the world, you do so with the confidence of one who knows their worth. You act as if the world is already at your feet, for you know that you are the master of your own reality. The first step is to become aware of your assumptions. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, is either moving you closer to or further from the life you desire. If you assume that you are limited, that wealth is for others but not for you, that is the reality you will experience. But if you assume that wealth is already yours, that abundance is your birthright, you will begin to see evidence of this truth in your life. Wealth is not something you acquire, wealth is something you awaken to. The moment you begin to imagine yourself as a millionaire, to feel the emotions that come with that, you are awakening the latent power within you. The world has no choice but to reflect this inner shift. If you believe you are rich, you will begin to experience the opportunities, the encounters, and the circumstances that bring you wealth. This is not a matter of luck or chance. It is a matter of law. The universe operates by laws. Just as gravity is a law that governs the movement of the physical world, so too is the law of assumption a law that governs the creation of reality. What you assume to be true becomes true for you. This is the secret of the millionaire mindset. Begin today by assuming that you are a millionaire. The thoughts you think must be in alignment with this assumption. Visualize yourself living a life of abundance. Feel the power of wealth within you. If you must, imagine the sights, the sounds, the sensations of a life filled with affluence. See yourself living in the home of your dreams. See the car you drive, the business you run, the people you help, the freedom you enjoy. Feel the excitement, the joy, and the gratitude of knowing that you are already a millionaire. You must live this assumption daily. Do not wait for the world to show you that you are rich, for the world is but a mirror. It reflects what you assume to be true. You must be the first to believe it. You must be the first to feel it. To act as if means to assume the feeling of already having what you desire. The universe will respond to this assumption by bringing you what you need to fulfill it. The law does not question you. It does not doubt you. It simply responds to what you believe. Therefore, it is vital that you believe you are already a millionaire. Act in the knowing that it is already done. Do not be discouraged by appearances. The world may appear to contradict your assumption, but the world is a projection of your inner state. It is not the world that is changing, it is you. As you persist in assuming the state of being a millionaire, the world will be compelled to reflect this new state. But do not stop at mere thoughts. The feeling you embody must be consistent, unwavering. The millionaire mindset is one of certainty, of knowing that wealth is a natural and inevitable part of your life. The more you persist in this feeling, the more quickly the world will respond. The moment you truly know yourself to be wealthy, wealth will come to you. The key is in believing without doubt, in living in the assumption of the end result. The feeling of wealth is not something to wait for, it is something to create. You create it now, in the present moment, through your thoughts and your feelings. Feel the richness of life all around you. See the abundance that is yours. Speak as a millionaire speaks. Think as a millionaire thinks. You are not waiting for something to happen, for something to come to you from the outside. You are creating it now. The millionaire you desire to become already exists within you. All that is required is that you bring it into your conscious awareness. This does not mean you must neglect practical action. The universe is not a passive observer. It responds to your thoughts and feelings by guiding you, by leading you to the people, the opportunities, and the resources that will allow you to realize your desires. But the key is to act from the state of already having. When you act from the assumption of already being a millionaire, your actions will be filled with power, confidence, and purpose. You will take the right actions at the right time, and they will lead you to the success you seek. The power is in your hands, and the key is in your mind. To act as if you are already a millionaire is to live in the certainty that your desires are already fulfilled. It is to assume the feeling of success, to embrace the lifestyle of abundance, to know that prosperity is your natural state. Imagine that every dollar you spend is a reflection of your abundance, not a reflection of scarcity. See every transaction, every purchase as a confirmation of your wealth. Do not worry about the cost, for the cost is nothing when you live in the consciousness of plenty. The millionaire mindset is one of generosity, of seeing money as a tool for creation and expansion. When you act as if you are already a millionaire, you no longer see money as something to chase or grasp. You see it as a natural flow that comes to you effortlessly. You begin to recognize the opportunities around you and take inspired action toward them. Your thoughts are not clouded by fear or doubt. They are clear, confident, and focused. Remember, the world does not determine your worth, you do. You are the creator of your own experience, and when you assume the feeling of being a millionaire, you are creating that experience in the most powerful way possible. The world will reflect your inner assumptions, and you will begin to see the physical manifestation of your mental creations. The wealth you desire is already yours. It has always been yours. All that remains is for you to claim it by acting as if it is so. Know this: you are already a millionaire. Your wealth is already here. The only thing left for you to do is to fully embody this truth, to feel it, to live it, and to act upon it. The world will align itself with your inner state, and you will see the fruits of your assumption unfold before you. And so, as you walk in the assumption of your wealth, you will find that it is not merely the money that changes, but everything about you. Your relationships, your health, your opportunities, they will all reflect the state of abundance you have assumed. Wealth is not just about money, it is about living in the fullness of life, in the awareness that you are the master of your reality, that all things are possible to you, that nothing is beyond your reach. You are wealthy now. Walk in that knowledge, live in that knowledge, and the world will show you the way to manifest it in all its forms. The world is yours, it always has been, and now you are ready to claim it. Act as if, for the moment you do, the world must respond to the power of your assumption. You are a millionaire, and the universe is already delivering your wealth. Feel it, live it, and know it to be true. Your outer reality is a direct reflection of your inner assumptions and beliefs. To manifest wealth, you must assume the feeling of already being a millionaire, embodying the consciousness of abundance, not as a future goal, but as a present truth. Wealth and success are not external circumstances waiting to happen. They are mental creations that begin in your imagination. By vividly imagining and feeling the emotions associated with being a millionaire, you align yourself with the energy of abundance, and the universe responds by bringing opportunities and manifestations into your life. To embody the millionaire mindset, you must act as if you are already living the life of abundance you desire. This means thinking, feeling, and behaving in alignment with your wealth, which empowers you to take confident actions that attract prosperity into your life. The world around you reflects your inner state of being. As you persist in assuming and living from the consciousness of being a millionaire, the world must mirror this assumption, bringing opportunities, resources, and circumstances that align with your belief in your own wealth. The power of assumption is one of the most profound and transformative concepts you can understand when it comes to creating the life you desire. It holds the key to unlocking a life of abundance, success, and fulfillment, as it reveals that reality is not shaped by the external circumstances you face, but rather by the internal assumptions you hold. Every thought, belief, and assumption you make about yourself, the world, and your potential has a direct influence on the experiences you encounter. When you understand and harness the power of assumption, you realize that everything you desire is within your reach, not because the world will change to accommodate your desires, but because your beliefs and assumptions will shape the reality you experience. Most people live their lives as though the circumstances around them are the determining factors of their future. They wait for a change in the external world, such as a new job, a better economy, or a fortunate event to act as the catalyst for transformation. However, this is a reactive approach to life that places you at the mercy of conditions you cannot control. The true secret, however, lies in the realization that you can, through the power of your assumptions, reshape those conditions to match the life you wish to create. The power of assumption works based on the fundamental law of the universe. What you believe and assume to be true about yourself and the world becomes your reality. This is not a magical or abstract idea, but a universal law that governs everything around you. Whether you are aware of it or not, you are always assuming something about your life and your place in the world. The question is not whether you are assuming, but what you are assuming. What you assume will manifest itself in your experiences, whether positive or negative, empowering or limiting. To assume something is to take it as true before you have any proof or evidence of it. It is to live and act as though what you desire or believe is already a present reality, rather than a future goal. This is where many people struggle. They focus on what they see with their physical eyes, which often reflects a state of lack or limitation, and they allow this external evidence to dictate their thoughts and feelings. Instead, to harness the power of assumption, you must learn to disregard the current external circumstances and choose instead to assume the outcome you desire. For example, if you desire financial abundance, you must first assume that you are already wealthy. Instead of waiting for external signs of wealth to show up in your life, you must begin by imagining and feeling that you already have everything you need. Wealth is not something you wait to acquire, it is something you awaken to by assuming the state of already having it. The more you live in that assumption, the more it will be reflected in your world. Assuming something does not mean simply wishing or hoping for it. It means believing in its inevitability and acting accordingly. Assumption is not just a mental exercise, it is a feeling, a state of mind that permeates your thoughts, emotions, and actions. It is the embodiment of the end result you wish to manifest. When you assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, you are aligning yourself with the vibration of your desire, and this alignment causes the world around you to shift in accordance with your assumption. The power of assumption works because the human mind is incredibly powerful. It has the ability to shape your experiences based on what it believes to be true. Your subconscious mind accepts and works with whatever you impress upon it. And it doesn't differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. This means that if you repeatedly assume that you are wealthy, healthy, successful, or any other quality you wish to embody, your subconscious mind begins to align with that assumption, bringing it into your physical reality. For instance, imagine a person who constantly assumes that they are poor. They may not consciously think about their finances in such a way, but every action, every thought, and every decision they make is influenced by the underlying belief that money is scarce and difficult to come by. As a result, they may find themselves in situations that reinforce their assumptions, struggling to make ends meet, encountering financial setbacks, or feeling limited in their opportunities. However, if they were to change their assumption, if they were to begin assuming that they are wealthy, their thoughts and actions would begin to reflect that assumption. They would begin to see opportunities for abundance, make decisions that align with financial success, and ultimately attract the circumstances that confirm their new assumption. The power of assumption also works through the mechanism of feeling. It is not enough to merely think about what you want, you must also feel the emotion associated with it. When you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are not just imagining what your life would be like if you were already wealthy. For example, you are living as though you are wealthy right now. You feel the joy, the freedom, the confidence, and the peace that comes with having everything you desire. This emotional alignment with your desire accelerates the manifestation process because emotion is the key that activates the creative power of your subconscious mind. One of the reasons people fail to manifest their desires is because they fail to consistently assume the feeling of their wish fulfilled. They might experience brief moments of imagining and feeling wealthy, but when external circumstances show them otherwise, they fall back into doubt, fear, and limitation. The power of assumption works through persistence and faith. To assume something is to remain steadfast in that assumption, regardless of what the outer world shows you. It is to remain convinced that your desire is already yours, and to live from that state of knowing. This law also teaches us that we are not passive observers in life. We are the creators of our own experiences. The world around you is a mirror reflecting the assumptions you hold about yourself and your life. If you assume that success is difficult to achieve, then you will experience struggles and setbacks that confirm that assumption. If you assume that wealth is easily accessible to you, you will begin to attract opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with that assumption. Another important aspect of the power of assumption is the recognition that the present moment is all you have. Many people make the mistake of believing that they must wait for the future to bring them what they desire. But the truth is that the future is a reflection of your present state of mind. If you want to change your future, you must begin by changing your assumptions today. The power lies in assuming the end result now and living as though it has already come to pass. The power of assumption is also closely tied to the concept of faith. Faith is the inner knowing that something is true even when there is no physical evidence to support it. It is the confidence that what you desire is already yours, and that the world will eventually reflect this truth. Faith is not about waiting for evidence, it is about believing in the unseen and acting in accordance with that belief. When you assume that your desire is already fulfilled, you are exercising faith, and it is this faith that propels your desire into manifestation. This principle can be applied to any area of life, not just wealth. If you wish to improve your health, you must assume the state of being healthy now. You must feel the vitality, the energy, and the strength of a healthy person, even if your current circumstances do not reflect it. As you consistently assume the feeling of being healthy, your body will respond, and your health will begin to improve. If you desire loving relationships, you must assume the feeling of being loved and appreciated. You must live in the assumption that the people you wish to attract into your life are already drawn to you, and that you are already experiencing the love and connection you desire. The power of assumption is a law that can never fail, but it requires a shift in perspective. It requires you to stop looking at the world outside of you for validation and to start looking within. When you assume something, you take ownership of it. You no longer place your power in the hands of others or external circumstances. You recognize that everything you experience is the result of your own assumptions. This gives you a sense of freedom because you realize that you have the ability to change your reality at any moment by changing what you assume to be true. The more you practice assuming the feeling of your wish fulfilled, the more natural and effortless it becomes. It no longer feels like a mental exercise or a forced belief, it becomes your new state of being. You no longer have to work hard to imagine your desires coming true because you simply know they are already true. Your assumptions have shifted from something you think about to something you live and breathe. And when you live from that assumption, the universe must respond by bringing the outer world into alignment with your inner state. You must also recognize that the power of assumption is not something you use just for material gain. It is a way of living life with purpose, intent, and clarity. By assuming the state of the person you wish to become, you align yourself with the best version of yourself. Whether that is a millionaire, a loving partner, a healthy individual, or a successful entrepreneur, the key is to assume the feeling of being that person now. This assumption creates a ripple effect that transforms every area of your life as it shifts your thoughts, your actions, and the energy you put into the world. You become the person who naturally attracts what you desire, and the universe supports you in your vision. Imagination is the greatest tool at your disposal. It is through imagination that you create the reality you experience every day, for the world around you is simply the projection of your inner thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. The idea that imagination creates reality is not just a philosophical concept, but a fundamental truth that governs the universe. When you learn to harness the power of your imagination, you realize that everything in your life, from your relationships to your financial status to your personal achievements, is born first in the realm of your imagination. The external world only follows your internal blueprint. The world you see before you, with all its events, people, and circumstances, is not a random collection of occurrences. It is a reflection of the mental images you hold in your mind. The reality you experience is a mirror of the assumptions, desires, and beliefs you carry within you. This is why imagination holds such a transformative power. It is the raw material from which you can build and shape your life. By imagining new possibilities, you shift your perception, and in turn, the world around you changes. In the conventional understanding of reality, people tend to believe that the outer world influences their inner world, that external events, conditions, and circumstances create how they feel, think, and react. However, the true reality is the opposite. The outer world is merely a mirror of your inner world. What you imagine, feel, and believe about yourself and the world influences what you experience in life. This is the foundation of creation. Everything that is manifested in the physical world is first imagined in the mind. The chair you are sitting on, the clothes you are wearing, the house you live in, all of these were once thoughts in someone's mind. They began as an image, a vision, a feeling that was first created in the imagination. When you understand this, you begin to realize that imagination is not something to be dismissed as mere fantasy or daydreaming. It is, in fact, the most important faculty of the mind. It is through your imagination that you lay the foundation for your future, not only in a symbolic sense, but in a very literal way. What you imagine today with emotion and conviction becomes your reality tomorrow. The key to making imagination work for you is to understand that it must be done with purpose and feeling. Many people imagine things unconsciously, running mental movies that do not serve them, thoughts of fear, worry, self-doubt, and limitation. These mental pictures of lack, inadequacy, and failure only reinforce a life of struggle and scarcity. However, when you consciously choose to direct your imagination toward what you want and combine it with the feelings of already having it, you unlock the power to shape your world. It is not enough to just imagine a desired outcome. You must feel the emotions that would arise from its fulfillment. This is where many people miss the mark. They may imagine wealth or success, but their mental images are often accompanied by feelings of doubt, disbelief, or impatience. For imagination to truly create reality, it must be coupled with the emotion of the wish fulfilled. When you imagine a future where your desires are already realized, you must feel the joy, excitement, and gratitude as if it has already happened. Imagination creates reality because it aligns your conscious mind with your subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the reasoning, analytical part of the mind, while the subconscious mind is the repository of all your beliefs, habits, and deep-seated feelings. Imagine yourself in a situation where you feel completely at ease, successful, and fulfilled. If you picture yourself in that situation with strong emotion, you will begin to feel those emotions as if they are happening now. As you continue to imagine this ideal scenario, your subconscious mind begins to accept it as fact. It no longer sees it as a distant possibility, it believes it to be true in the present moment. Your subconscious then begins to guide you toward actions, opportunities, and experiences that align with this belief, and the external world must adjust to match your inner assumption. This process is not limited to any one area of life. Imagination can be applied to any aspect of your experience, relationships, health, career, or personal growth. If you desire a fulfilling relationship, for instance, begin by imagining yourself as already being in the ideal relationship. See yourself interacting with your partner, enjoying each other's company, and experiencing love and connection. Allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with this connection: happiness, love, appreciation, and fulfillment. The more vivid and emotionally charged your imagination, the more your subconscious mind will absorb these images as truth. As a result, the world around you will begin to align with this new belief, attracting the people, circumstances, and opportunities that fulfill your imagined reality. Similarly, if you desire better health, imagine yourself in perfect health. See yourself enjoying vitality, energy, and strength. Feel the freedom that comes with being healthy. Feel gratitude for your body's ability to function at its highest potential. Through this practice, you impress upon your subconscious mind that vibrant health is your reality, and it will begin to direct your thoughts and actions in a way that brings about the desired outcome. You will feel motivated to make healthier choices, to exercise, to eat better, and to take care of your body, all of which will reinforce your new mental image of health. The power of imagination works because it bypasses the limitations of the physical senses. When you imagine something vividly and with emotional involvement, you are not relying on what you can see, touch, hear, or smell. You are engaging with the creative forces within you. These forces are not limited by time, space, or physical reality. They operate in the realm of possibility, and they bring your imagined outcomes into the tangible world when you align with them fully. By using imagination, you tap into a deeper, more universal source of creation, one that goes beyond the visible and touches the invisible forces that govern reality. One of the most important aspects of imagination is the ability to see yourself as already having what you desire. Often people imagine their desires as something they will get in the future, something they are striving for or waiting for. But true creative power lies in the assumption that your desires are already fulfilled. When you imagine your ideal life, you must do so with the certainty that it is happening now. The power lies in living from the end result of your desire, not from the place of longing or need. When you imagine yourself already being the person you wish to become, or already having what you want, you set in motion the creative forces that will bring that imagined reality into the material world. This concept of living from the end result is crucial because it shifts your focus from the lack or absence of your desire to the fulfillment of it. It aligns your thoughts and emotions with the reality of having already achieved your goal. You are no longer striving or chasing something outside of yourself, you are living in the fullness of it. As you engage with your imagination, you strengthen your belief in the reality of your desires, and your mind begins to work in harmony with your goals. Imagination, when properly applied, is a tool for conscious creation. You are not at the mercy of external circumstances. You are the creator of your world, and imagination is the blueprint with which you design your life. Whether you realize it or not, you are always creating your reality through the images you hold in your mind. If you have not been consciously choosing your mental pictures, they have been shaped by your past experiences, beliefs, and external influences. But once you understand the creative power of imagination, you can begin to consciously choose the images, the thoughts, and the feelings that align with your desires. You can begin to craft the life you want, not through effort or struggle, but through the simple act of imagining and living from the end result. Your imagination has no limitations. You can imagine anything you desire, and as long as you engage with it emotionally and consistently, it will come to fruition. The power lies in your ability to direct and control your thoughts and emotions in alignment with the reality you want to create. When you master the art of imagination, you unlock the ability to create a life that reflects your highest aspirations, desires, and dreams. In essence, imagination is the tool that bridges the gap between the invisible realm of thought and the physical world. It is through imagination that you move from the abstract to the concrete, from the dream to the realization. What was once only an idea or a wish becomes a tangible reality when you engage your imagination and align it with your desires. Through this process, you come to understand that imagination is not a mere escape from reality, it is the true source of reality itself. Your imagination is not separate from your life, it is the very fabric of life, shaping and creating the experiences you encounter every day. Acting as if is one of the most powerful tools for transformation that you can use in your life. It is the practice of embodying the feelings, beliefs, and behaviors of the person you desire to become, right here and right now. It is about aligning your thoughts, actions, and emotions with the reality you wish to create, not waiting for the circumstances to change, but changing within yourself first. The key to success in any area of life is to live as though you are already the person you want to be, to experience the emotions and actions of your ideal self, and to trust that this alignment will draw the circumstances, opportunities, and people that reflect that new state of being into your life. The concept of acting as if is rooted in the idea that what you assume, what you believe, and how you behave in the present moment shapes your future reality. It is a shift in mindset from acting in reaction to your current reality to acting from the place of the person you wish to become. It is not merely about pretending or putting on a facade, it is about living in accordance with your desires as though they are already true. When you act as if you are already living your ideal life, you are signaling to your subconscious mind that this reality is already in progress, and you begin to attract circumstances and events that align with that assumption. The principle of acting as if is a simple yet profound idea. When you act as if you are teaching your mind and your body that you are already living in the state of your desire. Most people live in reaction to the external world. They look at their bank account, their relationships, their job, or their health, and they assume that they can only act in response to what they currently see. However, acting as if is the reverse of this. Rather than waiting for the world to confirm your success or your desires, you begin to live as though they are already fulfilled, regardless of your present circumstances. The act of acting as if comes from a deep understanding of the principle that thoughts and feelings precede actions. Your thoughts and feelings create a magnetic field that attracts experiences that align with them. When you act as if you are telling the universe that you are ready to receive what you desire, and you are confident in your ability to manifest it. By embodying the thoughts and feelings of the person who has already achieved their goal, you set in motion the events that will bring that goal into your life. The idea of acting as if is particularly powerful when it comes to financial abundance. If you desire to become wealthy, for example, acting as if would mean adopting the mindset and behaviors of someone who is already wealthy. You would imagine how you would feel if you already had the abundance you desire, and you would begin to make decisions, take actions, and think thoughts that align with that version of yourself. You might start by treating money with respect, being generous, and making choices that reflect the financial freedom you seek. When you act as if you are not only attracting wealth but also conditioning yourself to think and behave in ways that will naturally lead you to financial success. It is important to note that acting as if requires a deep inner shift, not just an outward appearance. Many people try to act wealthy or successful in superficial ways, buying expensive clothes or trying to appear confident without truly believing in their worth. But true acting as if is not about putting on a mask, it is about embodying the feelings, thoughts, and behaviors of the person you wish to become from the inside out. When you act as if you are already wealthy, for instance, you must genuinely feel that you are deserving of abundance and success. You must believe in your own value and trust that the universe will respond to this new self-assurance. One of the most profound aspects of acting as if is the emotional alignment it creates. When you live in the state of your desire being already fulfilled, you begin to feel the emotions that would accompany that fulfillment. If your goal is to have more money, you must not only think about wealth, but feel the emotions of being wealthy: freedom, gratitude, joy, confidence. These emotions are the vibrational frequency that attracts wealth to you. When you align your emotions with the state of your desire being already fulfilled, you are sending a powerful signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. Acting as if also involves being proactive in your life. Too often people wait for the right moment, the perfect circumstances, or the ideal opportunity before they take action toward their goals. However, this is a passive way of living that keeps you stuck in a state of inaction. Acting as if means that you take action regardless of whether you have all the answers or the perfect circumstances. You start making decisions and taking steps in the direction of your dreams as if you are already there. You don't wait for external confirmation, you create the momentum by acting in alignment with the person you wish to become. The concept of acting as if also involves breaking free from the habit of self-doubt. When you look at your current situation, it is easy to fall into the trap of believing that you are not yet qualified or worthy of what you desire. But by acting as if you are telling yourself that you are already worthy and capable of achieving your goals. The more you act from this belief, the more it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind, and the more likely you are to take actions that align with your success. Over time, your self-image begins to shift, and you start seeing yourself as the person who is already living the life you desire. Another important aspect of acting as if is the concept of detachment from the outcome. It is common for people to act in order to get something, whether it is money, love, recognition, or success. However, the true power of acting as if comes when you stop focusing on what you want and start focusing on the person you are becoming. It is about embodying the qualities and characteristics of the ideal version of yourself, not from a place of desperation or need, but from a place of fullness and self-assurance. Acting as if also requires persistence and consistency. Many people will act as if for a short period of time, but when they don't see immediate results, they fall back into old patterns of behavior and thinking. However, the key to success is to persist in acting as if even when the external world doesn't immediately reflect your desires. The act of acting as if is also an expression of faith. It is an act of trusting that the universe will bring your desires into fruition even when you cannot see the full picture. By acting as if, you are signaling to the universe that you trust the process of creation, that you believe in your own ability to manifest what you desire, and that you are ready to receive it. It is a declaration that you are not waiting for permission, validation, or external circumstances to change. You are already living as if the change has occurred. This concept of acting as if can be applied to every area of your life. If you want to improve your health, you act as if you are already healthy. You eat well, exercise regularly, and take care of your body with the knowledge that you are already a healthy person. If you want to attract love, you act as if you are already in a loving, fulfilling relationship. You treat yourself with love and care, and you radiate the energy of love to those around you. If you want to advance in your career, you act as if you are already the successful person you want to be, taking on the mindset and behaviors of someone who has already achieved their career goals. The more you act as if, the more you will transform your inner world. Your subconscious mind begins to accept the new identity you are creating, and your actions begin to align with this new self-image. Over time, the external world will begin to mirror this inner transformation, bringing the opportunities, circumstances, and people that reflect your new state of being. Acting as if is a process of embodying your desires and living from the end result. It is not about waiting for the perfect circumstances to appear, but about becoming the person who naturally attracts those circumstances. When you act as if, you are not only creating the conditions for your desires to manifest, but you are also creating a new version of yourself, one that is in alignment with the life you have always wanted. The power of acting as if lies in its ability to transform your thoughts, feelings, and actions, setting the stage for the reality you wish to experience. The law of reflection is a principle that holds profound power in shaping our lives, as it reveals that the external world is a direct reflection of our inner world. Everything that we experience in our external reality, our relationships, our circumstances, our success, our health, is simply a mirror reflecting the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and assumptions we hold within. This law highlights that the universe is not something that happens to us randomly or by chance. Instead, it works in alignment with our inner states, constantly reflecting back the energy we emit into the world. It is essential to understand that we are not passive beings in this process. The external world is not an independent force that acts upon us. Rather, we are the creators of our reality through our thoughts and beliefs. Every belief, thought, and emotional state that we cultivate within ourselves sends out a vibrational frequency that the universe responds to. This response manifests as the people we meet, the situations we encounter, the opportunities that present themselves, and even the challenges we face. The law of reflection tells us that we are the architects of our experiences, and by changing our inner world, we change the world we encounter. When we talk about the law of reflection, we are acknowledging that the way we see the world is entirely subjective. It's not the world itself that dictates our experiences, but how we perceive and interpret it. The law of reflection works through the idea that we are constantly projecting our inner state onto the outer world. Our thoughts, perceptions, and attitudes color everything we see and experience. If we view the world through a lens of love and abundance, we will encounter people and opportunities that reflect these qualities. However, if we view the world through a lens of fear, scarcity, or resentment, we will inevitably encounter experiences that mirror these same traits. One of the most profound aspects of the law of reflection is its capacity to shape our relationships. Every relationship we have, whether it is with a family member, friend, romantic partner, or colleague, is a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. If we hold limiting beliefs about ourselves, such as feelings of unworthiness, fear of rejection, or inadequacy, those beliefs will manifest in our relationships. We may find ourselves in situations where we feel unsupported, unloved, or undervalued, simply because these inner beliefs are being reflected in the behavior and actions of others. Similarly, when we cultivate a deep sense of self-love and worthiness, we naturally attract relationships that mirror these qualities. The people we encounter will treat us with the respect and care we believe we deserve, and our interactions will reflect the positive energy we put out into the world. In addition to relationships, the law of reflection also applies to the way we experience success and failure in life. If we hold a belief that success is difficult or unattainable, the world will reflect back opportunities that seem elusive or beyond our reach. We may encounter obstacles that reinforce the belief that success is not for us. However, when we shift our internal belief system to one of abundance and possibility, the universe reflects this new mindset by presenting us with opportunities, resources, and people who support our growth and success. The law of reflection shows that we are the ones who create the obstacles or open the doors to success. Our internal state is the determining factor. It's also important to recognize that the law of reflection does not only apply to the positive aspects of life. Often we might find ourselves facing negative situations or encountering challenges that seem out of our control. In such instances, it's easy to feel as though we are victims of external forces. However, the law of reflection invites us to consider that these challenges may also be reflections of unresolved issues within ourselves. For example, if we are constantly encountering conflict or miscommunication in our relationships, it may be a reflection of internal conflict or unresolved communication issues within ourselves. If we are facing financial struggle, it could be a reflection of limiting beliefs about money or scarcity. The key to understanding the law of reflection lies in self-awareness. The external world offers us a constant mirror, reflecting back our inner state. The people we meet, the circumstances we encounter, and the challenges we face are all opportunities for growth and self-reflection. Instead of seeing them as external forces beyond our control, we can view them as messages from the universe, reflecting the areas of our lives that need healing or transformation. If we encounter challenges that seem to recur or persist, it may be a sign that there is an internal belief or emotional block that we need to address. The law of reflection is not a law of judgment, but of opportunity. It is a way to look within and see the areas where we can evolve, expand, and realign ourselves with the life we desire. One of the most transformative aspects of the law of reflection is the realization that we are not at the mercy of our circumstances. While it may seem as though the world is shaping our experiences, the truth is that we have the power to change our inner state, which will in turn change the world we experience. This realization places us in the driver's seat of our own lives. It empowers us to take control of our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, knowing that they are the key to transforming our external reality. To begin using the law of reflection consciously, we must first practice the art of self-awareness. It's important to become aware of the thoughts and beliefs we hold about ourselves, others, and the world around us. We must ask ourselves what patterns or recurring themes we are experiencing in our lives. Are there areas where we feel stuck or blocked? Are there patterns of struggle, conflict, or disappointment? By looking at these patterns as reflections of our inner world, we begin to see how our thoughts and beliefs are influencing the reality we are creating. Once we become aware of these patterns, the next step is to shift our internal state. This is where the real work of transformation begins. If we notice that our relationships are often filled with conflict or that we struggle with feelings of unworthiness, we must begin to change the underlying beliefs that are contributing to these experiences. This may involve challenging negative self-talk, reframing limiting beliefs, and practicing self-compassion. It may also involve releasing old emotional wounds and forgiving ourselves and others for past hurts. As we heal and shift our internal state, the external world begins to reflect this change, and our relationships begin to improve. When we make an internal shift, the law of reflection works in two ways. On one hand, it reflects the change by presenting us with new experiences that align with our new state of being. On the other hand, it also reflects the areas where we still have internal resistance or unresolved issues. For example, if we begin to work on healing our self-worth, we may encounter situations where we are tested, perhaps through interactions with people who challenge our boundaries or self-esteem. These tests are not signs of failure, but reflections of our progress. They show us where we still have work to do and offer us the opportunity to deepen our commitment to our own growth. The law of reflection also teaches us that our external experiences are not to be judged or resisted, but embraced as opportunities for insight. Instead of reacting negatively to a challenging situation, we can ask ourselves what this situation is teaching us about our own beliefs and assumptions. For instance, if we face a setback in our career or financial situation, instead of blaming external forces, we can ask ourselves what limiting beliefs we hold about success, money, or our abilities. The situation becomes a mirror, reflecting back what needs to be healed, transformed, or released within ourselves. It's important to understand that the law of reflection is not about changing the world around us to fit our desires, but about changing ourselves so that the world around us aligns with our inner state. We cannot control the actions or thoughts of others, but we can control our own thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. The more we focus on shifting our own internal state, the more we begin to see the world shift in response. In practical terms, the law of reflection requires us to be mindful of the energy we are emitting into the world. Our thoughts, words, and actions are powerful signals that shape our reality. When we focus on the positive, embrace gratitude, practice self-love, and release limiting beliefs, we are emitting a frequency that attracts more of the same into our lives. The more we embody the qualities we wish to see in the world, the more the world reflects those qualities back to us. As we raise our own vibration, we begin to attract experiences that align with this higher state of being. The law of reflection is a constant, unchanging law of the universe. Whether we are conscious of it or not, it is always at work, reflecting our inner world in the outer world. The power of this law lies in the understanding that we are the creators of our reality. By changing our inner state, we change the reflection that the universe provides. This principle empowers us to take responsibility for our experiences and to consciously shape the world we encounter, one thought and belief at a time. By working with the law of reflection, we can transform our lives, align ourselves with our desires, and manifest the reality we wish to experience.